I don't know whether it is the crop of new politicians that we have that is causing us. You don't go to the house and see Papa Usu and Kumans, the J.H. Mensans, the Ajahos, Bagbeans, Asagas, and the rest throwing tantrum or throwing chairs at each other or putting microphone on. All they do is to debate. It's all about debating. Bring forth whatever it is what you want to say. Let people know what you are saying. And let us argue. Let us disagree with each other and come with a consensus. But now it's not like that. People will just stand up and do things that they are not supposed to do. They stand up and talk. You hear people, the voice of people at the back. People are singing, people are clapping. I mean, that is not parliamentary. And so we are straying away completely from what we used to know, what we cherish, and what has led some of us, to go into this honorable house. Now it's no longer honorable. It's becoming dishonorable.
Honorable Bedzrah, you say it's no longer honorable? That's
the house
scathing.
is no longer honorable because look at the things that we do there, as if we are from junior high school or senior high school. How can a whole chief whip of a group of the minority will stand up without catching the eye of the speaker and put on the mic? The same thing applies to the backbenchers. Our side, we will just stand unruly, we start clapping our hands. It is never done. It's unparliamentary. So for me, the house is degenerating into an dishonorable house.
So, Honorable, would you say then that given this information or given this particular opinion of yours from the 5th Parliament, 6th Parliament, 7th Parliament, 8th now to the 9th, things have declined. Conduct in the House has declined.
It has declined. In fact, it declined from the 7th Parliament, actually, when we had almost one-sided of the House, where we have the former Speaker, my very good friend and father, Right Honorable Michael Quay, when we have the majority then having more numbers than our side. Now, you quite remember that when the speaker or the minority then, our side on the at the 7th Parliament, anytime our leadership stands up to say things, he will not even look at our side. You remember when we're even going to pass I think it's the COVID tax or something at that time. There were all kinds of things that happened at that time, to the extent that our chief whip, Honorable Muntaka Muhammad, stood on his feet. He did not put on the mic, but he stood on his feet, and the speaker did not recognize him. So the backbenchers our side started shouting. So it started from there. Then to the 8th Parliament, that's where we saw when we had the hang Parliament.
I mean, in fact, the 8th Parliament was birthed from a place of pure chaos.
Yeah. And then now we are in the 9th Parliament, and the micro-minority will not allow the majority to do anything. Even when the rule says that, look, if you don't agree with them, just walk out. You remember we're doing a lot of walk out in the 7th Parliament.
That's right.
As if we don't agree, we walk out.
So interestingly, let's bring in the 9th Parliament. During the vetting exercise of certain ministers, we saw what happened.
Yeah.
And for regular Ghanaians, we were alarmed with the conduct of certain MPs, which we saw televised live on television. There was no agreement, but as you say, what would be the usual practice of walking out didn't happen. Instead, we saw on our screens equipment being disconnected, some orders being made for, tables to be turned over, and so on and so forth. Subsequently, a committee was constituted with yourself as the chairman to at least get some answers as to what exactly happened and what sanctions should have been put in place. As of today, Ghanaians are still asking, what is the status of that particular committee? And are we ever going to see a resolution to what we saw, unfortunately, by honorable members of Parliament?
Well, I don't want you to put me on the spot, but you have put me on the spot. Yes, the report is ready. We were going to take it on last Friday. And you remember last Friday, the speaker was not there because it was the speaker himself who gave us the instruction. He agreed that we should take it on Friday. But because we do not rise on Friday, we have to extend sitting to Saturday. That's why we do not. The report is ready. Everything is ready, accepted by the speaker. All we have to do is too late. And so I can assure you, that in the first week, as soon as we resume, the report will be laid and it will be taken. Because
I'm sure you've heard comments from the everyday Ghanaian that suggest that committees are set up in Parliament and we don't seem to get resolutions.
Not my committee. Not my committee. And to come up.
How severe are the sanctions that are in this report? What we saw was alarming.
Have you seen the report?
I haven't seen the report.
Yeah, so don't preempt the report.
That's why I'm asking, what kind of severe sanctions should we expect to see?
If you look at our standing orders and that of the Constitution and then also the Parliamentary Act, there are sanctions in those acts. I mean, to the extent that a member can be completely expelled from the House, a member can be suspended, and so there are degrees of punishment and sanctions, and so we'll apply all this according to the role each other the members play in these disturbances. We've looked at the video. You have seen the video yourself, and I'm sure you are not happy. We're all not happy. I have to apologize completely to Ghanaians for what has happened, because that is not Parliament that we know. That was not the Ghanaian Parliament being Parliament that people watch, that we know. I'm a member of ECOWAS Parliament. Sometimes we get to our brothers in the sub-region and they laugh at us that it has been turned into Bukom, boxing arena where we are
our
fighting.
Neighbors are watching.
Oh yeah. I mean, so sometimes I feel very sad when I go out and they make comment about Ghanaian Parliament like that. In any case, we have the various sanctions in the report. It is not cut across. I mean, we vary it according to your degree of involvement.
How many MPs will be found wanting once this report is made public?
As soon as the report comes out, you will see it.
We saw the likes of, for example...
Don't mention any name.
I'm just speaking to what I saw on the day. For example, the Honorable Anodompre, I saw him on the video, on the footage, quite boisterous in his interaction with other MPs. I also saw Honorable Jerry Ahmed Shaib. He was also
So will you be wrong if the report comes out to say that, these people are found, wanting, they found guilty and therefore the sanctions to be applied to them? Will you be surprised?
So, for example, Honorable Anodompre, we shouldn't be surprised if we see some sanctions applied to him as well as Honorable...
Will you be surprised? You will not be surprised at all. Will you?
To find them,
yes.
Should I be surprised to see them in there? I'm asking.
In the report.
In the report.
Yes. Will you be surprised? Because you've already told Ghanaians, I mean, from your listeners, that you saw them, and so if the report says that yes, indeed, they found, and the sanctions should apply to them, they should not be surprised.
I recall at the time there wasn't too much collaboration with the other side. They didn't appear. Maybe one or so.
And so the best thing for you to do as a member of the House, as a group, was to walk out. That's the dignified thing for you to do as a group. You don't disrupt, you don't distract, you don't destroy. I mean, it was way and above what people know as parliamentary procedures. Why? One, you must know it's criminal for me to come to this studio and start destroying properties. So
criminal sanctions could apply?
You heard the speaker has referred it to the criminal investigation department of the police. So ours is just for parliamentary. And you heard the speaker say that it's better to do self-regulation, self-purging, than anybody from outside, coming to regulate or purge us. And so that is what we are doing. We are doing our self-regulation and self-purging. And so this sanction or whatever that may come out of the report is as a result of self-regulation and self-purging.
Right.
From the outside one, which is the criminal one, nobody can stop it. And the Speaker has referred.
Does the committee have to work with the investigative bodies?
We have finished our, in fact, to the extent that I have to bring in the committee, I agree, and we brought in an expert from the, what do you call it? Those who find out whether the video was dotted or not. We brought an expert from there and he, gave the videos that were dotted and those that were not dotted, that the ones that we can rely on, we look at that. So whatever we do, whether members from one particular group or not came in or not, you saw the video, people saw the video, Ghanaians saw the video, and Ghanaians will be the best judge when the report comes out.
Certainly. So it sounds as though a lot of work went into it, digital forensics and all of that.
Exactly.
My final question on that, and then we can move on, is what does the least sanction look like? What does the most severe sanction look like?
Just wait for the report to come out. The report will be out soon. I mean, we are resuming in the next 3 weeks. So when we come back, the report will be out. I saw people being anxious. They start calling all kinds of names. People are trying as much as possible to get the messenger being, castigated. And instead of looking at the message, I just will not get into that fray with them at all. The message will come out. They should not touch the messenger at all. Whether the messenger is Bosro, the messenger went to put the microphone off, the messenger said I'll beat somebody or not. It is the message we are looking for, what is in the report, and that's all we'll be looking up to.
Now,